What is up, best ones worldwide? It's the best one, Donnie here, back with a brand new episode of Where Are They Now? If you're not a best one yet, hit that subscribe button now, turn on post notifications. You know the drill. We got Mark the Shark here on this episode of Where Are They Now? Say what's up to the best ones.
What's up, y'all? I'm back.
So now, guys, in case you guys don't know what Where Are They Now is, it's where I sit down with former cast members that have been a part of Best One Network, DITB1, Donald's Best One, whatever you want to call it, throughout the 10 years we started August 8th, 2009, and August 8th, 2019, we will be 10 years strong. Even though Mark the Shark, he wasn't around during most of the beginning of DITB1, he came more towards the end during the competition era of Best One Network. But we're gonna go through your career. I'm gonna ask you some questions and we're gonna have some fun with this. So you ready?
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do this.
Alright, so my first question real quick is, before DITB1, what were you doing?
Before, I think I was still in college, right? I was still working on my degree, and I got it. And I remember one day I was just thinking, like, I saw one of your videos on Facebook. I was like, oh, I wonder what...
Which video you think it was?
I think it was... Damn, I'm trying to think.
Was it an acting video? Was it an acting video, or was it like one of like our like... I don't think it was one of our early or around the time we did have the DITB1 belt. Was it like 2017?
Yeah, that...
When we first had the title, or...
17, I think.
Okay, so was it like a competition that you watched before coming to the channel?
I'm not really sure, but I know I watched like a video, and then out of nowhere, he hits me up and is like, yo, you want to chill and play some ball and chill? Like, okay, I'll chill with you.
And I think around this time, it was around the ceremony. It was the,
Oh, yes, it was
the ceremony on August 8th. Because you came after we did the competitions, you came a little late. I remember this because he was trying to welcome himself, so what did you bring to the house?
Oh yeah, I brought a bottle of wine because I was like, because it was my first time at the house, so I didn't want to be rude by not bringing anything. I thought that maybe like your dad would want like a bottle of wine, so I brought like this big ass like
it was tall, a big bottle, guys.
Skinny bottle of wine. Like, oh, here you go. Well, what's this for? I don't drink wine. Like, oh well, I was being polite, so. I know what happened to it. I think I drank it.
But then I remember, like, we were, like, talking. We were hanging out. And then, we started, talking about the channel a little bit. You wanted to try it out. So then you started coming over a little bit. We would hang out. And then just get to know each other a little bit more. Because back in high school, we went to school together. But we were always, just like Gabby, guys, like, the same thing. Me and Mark were just peers. We knew each other, we would see each other, we would just say, hey, what's up? Not much, chilling. You? Chilling. Okay, cool. And then we just did our own thing.
Yep.
But then, as soon as I hit him up for a video, which is why, like, guys, there's so much meaning to this YouTube channel, is because I probably repeat this in, like, every episode, but, like, this is how I feel like I've met the people I'm around now. I met you through DITB1, I met Jordan through DITB1, Bobby Sherman, and the list just goes on and on. But,
yep.
Now, going into DITB1, like, what did you think about it at first? Like, before even starting to make the videos?
I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, it was definitely a new experience for me because I wasn't really used to like doing this, like being on camera and like doing challenges of this nature, like doing competitions and all that. So it was a very unique experience to me. But the more I did it, the more I started to really enjoy it because going around having fun with these guys I didn't know much about, but we became good friends and had these like competitions like the Rising Star and all that stuff. It was fun, and I really just like got
How about promos?
That was
your weakness, you would say.
I know. I was never really good at like talking in front of a camera like this. I just kind of like got awkward and just like, because it's not like talking to a person like talking to you. It's like talking to like an inanimate object, and it's just like, oh well, it doesn't like have eyes or anything.
I think too, like a lot of people a lot of people on like this channel, it's crazy because like you see the difference, because I always say the word evolved. We started off not knowing how to record videos. We did not know how to edit videos. We started off with a cheap Nikon camera, one of those, you know, normal little digital cameras you would bring on like a vacation or like, something.
With the camera film inside, and like you
like
pull
one
it
of those,
on out and bring it to Walmart. It's like, oh, I need my film developed.
Like one of those kind of cameras, like in the early days that we started off with, and then through time we've evolved. And that's the thing I think with like the guys on DITB1. Like when you first start off, it's something new, so like you're not really used to it, but then like you start to just get used to it, and then you get better. It's like, you know, practice makes perfect. One thing too, like interesting fact that you probably didn't know was for a long time with DITB1, this is before the competition time, I wanted to message you on Facebook for the longest time. No bullshit. And I wanted to get you to join Donald's the Best One, but I was always afraid that you would just be like, it's not for me, because I thought you were just that kid that was like, yo, like, I'm just going with the flow, like, I'm too cool, you know, to be fucking doing stupid little acting videos.
I mean, like, maybe I was at, like, that point, because I was, you know, out of high school. I had other things to do, but now that I'm older, I was more receptive of it, but I don't know, I can't change the past, but you should have done it though. I would have said yes.
You think so? You would say yes?
I would have said yes.
And you see guys, there's a life lesson for the best ones out there. Don't be afraid to ask. But I always thought too that like everything happens for a reason, and I think it was just meant to be the way it happened, you know? The way you joined DITB1, especially around the competition time, because you've always had an athletic background. Like, so behind, like in high school, what was some of your athletic background?
I mostly did cross country, and I started when I was a junior, and then I went to community college, right? So I was still like in the neighborhood. So I actually volunteered myself to be a coach, so I still ran like 4 extra years just coaching like, you know, the younger people on how to run better, and I just stay with it. And now I still run every day just to stay in good shape, you know.
Every day, guys, he runs all around town. He's crazy. He is not human. Also, you're doing now you're starting to do Kung Fu, right?
Yeah, I do martial arts too, and it's pretty hard, but I love a good challenge, you know.
Which I actually did martial arts when I was little too. I almost got to Deputy Black. I was close to black belt, but then the karate place shut down, which after that I was like, yeah, I just want to enjoy my childhood. Now, let's get into your debut on DITB1. This was around the time where I think we announced the free-for-all challenge, where we had the big video where Tyrone said he was better than everybody else, and that's when I said that we should have a free-for-all. We had you debut, then we saw Jordan make his return. Bobby Sherman also made his return too, so like it was like a crazy cycle where we had the new and the old clash, which I thought was a really cool moment. So going into your first like day of filming, how was it?
To be honest though, kind of awkward. I didn't really know, like, I was just like looking around, just like staring about at different things. I didn't know what to do, what to look at. I was just like, oh, that's talking to me. Okay, I'm gonna look over here, I guess. I didn't know what to do.
Okay, so now, like, because we've seen you improve from that first video to glorious. So now, who was the person that was like teaching you how to do promos and like how to get more comfortable on camera? Because on DITB1, like, we've had, you know, mentors throughout the years. Like Tyrone always looked up to Joey. You know, Jordan looked up to Tyrone even though they were rivals. So like, who was that person for you?
It was you.
Me?
Yeah, because I come here all the time, and you always like tell me all these tips about how to get better, like in front of the camera too, because I want to have my own channel someday, so I want to like get better at doing this. So I have to get better anyway, and who else to go to but you? Let's
get into your first actual promo that you cut.
Oh wait, I remember which one it was, I think.
This one I think was you're coming soon, which this video got a lot of good views, and a lot of people are excited, especially in EL. Like, I was getting messages from a lot of people from your cross-country team.
Is that
Miller?
Shark?
Yep, Dan Miller. He was
knows?
messaging me. A lot of people just were. All right, here we go.
The reason why they call me the Shark.
I thought this was a cool
because
video.
I live life with no fear.
Damn
Right
straight.
mindset.
Bam, wipe that shit up.
Ready or not.
I like that part, how you're just like jamming.
Can't hide.
Yeah, that's how I live.
Talk shit, get bit.
Okay, how did you get that quote? Talk shit, get bit.
That was actually D Mills. That was Danny Miller.
Danny Miller? So shout out to Danny Miller.
Haven't seen that guy for years. Hope you're doing good, bro.
And take it slow.
What's up with that sweater vest, though? That's what I want to know.
That was actually a sweater that my aunt gave me for Christmas.
Most of these guys think that I'm weak because I'm new, but that's their mistake. Because they're all guppies in my water. This world,
Damn
hatred
straight.
doesn't do anything except.
Not gonna lie, what I like about your promos always was definitely how you always just went with like the shark theme. With the
Shark.
water, the shark.
Ready or not.
Like, I like that part a lot. Like, I thought that was a cool little, like, intro, and I think people were, like, invested in it right away. Because you had that, like, you had this, like, gimmick that was already made even before coming to this channel.
And that's just because.
And that's interesting because you see guys like Gabby, who, you know, we had to build the Gabriel character out of. Like, Bobby Sherman obviously is Bobby Sherman because he's outgoing. But, like, you see all these different, like, personas and characters, yet you have this Mark the Shark thing right before you come to this channel.
Yeah, and that was just because out of high school I was still called Mark the Shark, so people started to call, like stuff that I had, like, because I had a car back then, and they said, oh, this is the Shark Mobile, and, like, the shark, like, shark stuff, you know what I mean? Like, so everyone started to call, like, what I had, oh, like, shark clothes, shark hat, shark mobile, like, yo, you guys so stupid, but it just stuck with me for some reason. I still call stuff like that shark stuff, you know?
Now,
Like,
let's get into the Click, because in the very first Click video of them coming back, you were actually in that video. You were supposed to be a member of the Click.
that was.
Which, what was your Click name?
I'm trying to think. Oh, it was, the Violator. The Violator.
Violator. Which, I remember, I think this was around the time where Jordan and Scotty were feuding. They were supposed to get that Click-A-Geddon event. But then, you know, things changed because Jordan's schedule didn't work out as well. And then we had Scotty. He was dealing with a broken leg at the time as well. Then, this is where we came up with the idea of Triple Threat.
Oh, yes, Triple Threat.
So now you want to tell the backstory of Triple Threat? How this was created?
This happened after the Click, because I thought that I was going to be part of the Click. But then when the whole broken leg and then Jordan not being around so much.
We needed 3 new guys to be a part of a new group, Triple Threat.
And yeah, and then we got Power Mike Hutch to come along.
Mike Hutch.
And we had Gabby too, and then all 3 of us together we formed something called Triple Threat. But I thought that was kind of cool, because I was the leader, so I was like, oh, I'm down with being the leader.
Okay, how was Jordan's reaction to that? Because I remember he knew that, like, you were going to be a part of the Click, and then next thing he finds out, he goes to YouTube, sees that there's a new video up of a new group called Triple Threat coming after the Click. So, like, how did Jordan react to you when he found out that you were the leader and you are now a part of Triple Threat and not the Click?
He was not pleased at all. He was kind of pissed. I thought I was supposed to be part of the Click. Nope, now I'm doing my own thing. Sorry.
I decided to be the nice one and let you join us. And what did you do? You turned around and backstabbed us right in the back.
Which, I'm not gonna lie, Triple Threat, I was really invested in. A lot of the fans actually were invested in the triple threat as well. I thought it was unique because it was 3 new guys coming together. You had the Shark, you were the leader, you were like the guy up front, and then you had Mike Hutch, he was the muscles of the group, and then you basically had Gabby, who was like the manipulator. He was like basically the villain of the group. And I think like all 3 of your personalities is what made Triple Threat what it is today. Talking about Triple Threat, your first challenge was at the We Are the Best Video Awards 8, where you guys competed in the free-for-all. Now, you were next to Gabby when Tyrone found that title. My question to you is, how the hell did you not see Tyrone grab that title? Because like you guys were right next to it, and then Tyrone grabs it from like above Gabby, and then like you hear like a big jump, and then Tyrone runs to the other side.
I wasn't near Gabby. I was somewhere else.
But you guys were climbing on those things next to Tyrone.
Oh, that ladder thing.
Yeah, you were on that ladder thing, and then Tyrone jumps off that ladder thing, climbs up like the that big shelf, and then found the title underneath the crate.
I have no idea. I was like looking like the other way. I think he looked like up there. Oh, it's up there. What the? Oh, because I realized
but when he ran, like, because I know Tyrone, he didn't bring it up in his episode of Where Are They Now, but I remember him bringing up to me that like when he was hiding over in that corner with the tubs, the reason why he started running is because he thought you saw him from being on the top of the blue thing. Did you see him or no?
Nah, I didn't see him or the belt. I saw pipes.
So yeah, he panicked then. Okay, so now going into the Triple Threat, the Click storyline, we saw that at the end of the show when Joey was announced Actor of the Year, we saw that you guys came from the warehouse with the Kendall sticks, and then I was trying to control it, and then that's when, you know, I snapped my finger, and then the Click came out, and you guys dropped the Kendall sticks. Do you think that that storyline between the Click and Triple Threat, you think that it was ended short? Because I thought that like in like fantasy booking, like with Triple Threat and the Click, it could have been something really interesting.
I thought it ended too quick. I was kind of hoping for like some kind of like 3-on-3. It is what it is. I was kind of upset, but it's all good, you know. Let's
get into Triple Threat. After the free-for-all, we saw you guys, even though you guys lost, you guys were still together, you guys were standing strong, and then we saw the Rising to the Star Challenge, where this is where Triple Threat started to have problems, because I remember going behind the scenes of the Rising to the Star Challenge and even the free-for-all. Jordan would always line everybody up against you 3.
That is true, because and that whole like rivalry thing was kind of like my fault, just because.
And Jordan made it personal with that.
He did, because when I had the star and then I lost it, because when I had the star, I was running all over the place trying not to be caught by anyone, right? I was running as hard as I possibly could to try to get away from everyone else, right? And then when I lost it, like I came back up, and I was just like I had no energy left. I ran so hard and so fast, I had no like energy left. And so at the end, I was still like trying to recover, because I thought I was gonna puke. I was like, oh, I'm gonna puke, I'm gonna vomit, but I didn't. But like oh, where were you? I thought you were gonna help us out. I was trying to. I was just, you know, tired. My fault, but whatever.
Yeah, because we saw that like in the Rising to the Star Challenge. This is where you guys had problems, because the video after that, we saw you guys at the alleyway where Mike started to question your leadership in Triple Threat, which led into your feud with Alex.
Oh yes, that was some bullshit.
Which was that like with you, Mike, and Gabby? I know off screen you guys were cool, but now on screen, was there that like beef where like we can't freaking get the job done, we can't freaking win, we couldn't win the free-for-all, and then the Rising to the Star Challenge, Jordan finds a way out and gets the dub?
Honestly, yes. I as much as I would have wanted us to work together to get that star, it didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen. And I wish we could have worked together on that, but it didn't, turn out to be so. So it's unfortunate, but it's all good.
Your feud with Alex, which I think at Against All Cards, in my opinion, I think you guys probably had the best challenge.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, where you guys had the football in the middle and then you guys had the carts where you had to grab the football. During that challenge, like going into your first singles challenge, how was your nerves going into that? Like, how did it feel to win?
It felt good because now that I won, people knew that I was qualified to be leader triple threat. If I had lost, it would be like, oh, are you really tough? Are you really good enough to lead triple threat?
So basically that day, what you're saying is you felt like you proved yourself that day?
I did. I was very happy with that.
Now going into that, when you came out with Mike, I believe, and I think it was going into that challenge against Alex, you gave a look at Gage. When you were coming out, you gave a look at Gage, which led into Gage issuing the boxing challenge to you. Was there any, why did you, was it, intentional looking at Gage during that, or what, did it just, happen?
It was not intentional at all. I didn't even know he was there. I was like, oh, what's up? I didn't even know he was there in the first place.
So now, because we know Gage was talking about he wanted to compete, but he wanted to do a boxing match, which around the time, I was on top of that because YouTube was all over the boxing thing. You had Logan Paul and KSI, you had Deji and Jake Paul, and it was really popular at the time, so I wanted to kind of get into the clout a little bit, and I wanted to have a boxing match of, our own, which around the time, why did you accept that challenge?
I wanted to challenge myself because I thought that I could, best him, but it didn't work out that way. But I kind of wanted to challenge myself, I guess. I've always liked boxing. I wasn't really good at it, but I tried my best. I wanted to just put myself out there and see if I can do something with it, and that's kind of why I did it. Just see if I could actually challenge him. I did get a little schooling, which wasn't fun, but it was for the channel, so. Oh, I'm glad I did.
Which I'm even though you did lose, I know in the moment you felt embarrassed during that time, but I just want to say, I tell you this all the time that you inspire, you're an inspiration to a lot of people, bro.
Really?
I can tell you that, for me, you boxing, even though you guys had different weight, and Gage had the upper hand with that, just you going in there not giving up, really, inspired not only me, but definitely the best ones out there for sure.
Oh, really? I didn't think it would do that. I thought people say, oh, you suck, you're no good at boxing, which I'm not good at boxing, but I never knew that. I'm glad that people were inspired by me, just I
think that day, when you got that standing ovation, I think that was really, to the heart. Everyone, I think, respected you right after that, I think. Because on the channel as a rookie, usually you have to earn your stripes. That's what it's always been. Tyrone throughout the years before becoming who he was as a rookie, he used to get made fun of all the time here. Gabby, he earned his stripes right away because, the first day we did the Triple Threat film, he friggin' ran here. Which you don't see that. He's crazy for that.
I know, he's probably crazier than I am when it comes to running.
Okay, so you had the boxing fight with Gage, which after that standing ovation, there's a lot of drama behind the scenes. You want to explain that?
Oh, all that? Trying to think.
About you not giving up during the fight?
Oh, how it should have been stopped or whatever?
Yeah.
Honestly, me, personally, I don't really care about that, because I don't really mind, the pain so much. I play rugby, so I'm used to getting hit. It's not really that big of a deal for me. But just the fact that Jordan was getting all pissed because he kind of wanted to get in there, in my place instead. He wanted to be the one to face Gage. That's kind of why he's pissed off too.
Which, in real life, Jordan does not like Gage.
Now, Jordan versus Gage, because that would be great.
That is something which I could get more into that when I have Jordan on this show. But a lot of it, I think, behind the scenes was when you left. it was involved with Neil and Jordan at the time, where they were exchanging some words at each other because of the way that it ended. Because at the time, Jordan was behind the scenes, he was the GM, and like around the time that challenge, I think you were starting to kind of wear out, and I think it should have been stopped at a certain moment, but Mike, you know, was just going by you. He was listening to you. Anyways, now going later on during the show, Warning, we had the Dodgeball Rumble. Now,
Oh yes, that was fun.
How was that experience? Because we saw you, you know, even though you came in, you were in pain, but you were still fighting. And we saw you, you know, you and Chance were going at it with the dodgeballs.
Yeah, this stupid dodgeballs. And then, well, who was it who was hiding in the tub?
The tub, that was Will.
That pissed me off. He came out of nowhere. I've been out here all day. You guys suck. Like, nah, you've been hiding all day, man. You've been sitting in the tub just waiting for someone to come by. Oh, there you go. Bam. You're not running around. You're just hiding in the tub.
So now, in the Dodgeball Rumble, did you think that you had a chance? Like, if you did not compete against Gage in that boxing fight, because you were obviously exhausted, because you probably had the hardest challenge that day, and on top of that, you're in a whole warehouse running around getting hit with dodgeballs. So now, going into that, if you did not compete against Gage in a boxing fight, and you were just in a normal little challenge, do you think you would have won the Dodgeball Rumble?
Maybe. I mean, after I rested for like an hour, I was totally fine. I wasn't really that tired. I was still like ready to go. After a little rest, I could still like just be a regular pace. But maybe if I didn't have to do that, it would have been a little faster. 'Cause I was still kind of like a little like days like, oh, like, you know, a lot of little days, but it was alright.
I don't know. I think if I wasn't in that Dodgeball Rumble, you probably could have won, because I eliminated you.
Yeah, you cheater.
Now the fall of Triple Threat we're gonna get into, where this moment right here, a lot of people did not like. There were people out there that did not like how the ending of Doomsday, where before that challenge you faced Joey off in that bumper boat challenge. I think was that one of the funnest challenges you did?
Yes, that was my favorite one. With the water and the
That is a terrible sound effect. The whole time it was so hard to like just keep a straight face, especially me hosting that challenge, because that's all you would do. You would be making noises, and you'd be getting Joey off the thing, which it was interesting because like you guys went into round 3 with that, and Joey is, you know, one of the best on the channel, and then for you to beat him, I thought was really cool too.
Yeah, that was fun. That was my favorite challenge of all of them I've done. Aside from the Rising Star one, that was my favorite one.
This is a big question that I have to ask you.
What's that?
When you got kicked out of Triple Threat, do you think creatively, was that a good move or a bad move?
Oh no, because honestly, I wanted to be like on my own, just like do my own thing. I've always liked going solo. I don't like being in groups. I'd rather be solo when I do like challenges.
And I think a lot of people didn't like that move, that decision that was made by me, because I think when you make a group, like, a lot of people want to keep it the same. They want to keep it the same, and I thought making Jordan the leader of Triple Threat was not only going to make the storylines look better, but I thought that it would build better storylines, especially with you and Mike, because it was building up for a while. And then on top of that, I thought that it would really, you know, help with challenges, because obviously, you know, behind the scenes, Jordan was getting everybody together. Sherm, he had Chance, Will, he had everybody all together to go against Triple Threat, make sure you three did not win that challenge, any challenges.
That's a good point though too, the fact that it's like leading up with me and Mike, and like it keeps on building up to like a challenge of its own. You know what I mean? And like taking that all away was kind of abrupt, to say the least, you know.
Which, like, I think Jordan, if he didn't have a lot of personal issues going on, I think that the storyline would have turned out a lot better, especially if we were still doing competitions. I think having Jordan as the leader, it would have made Triple Threat more villains, and especially with Gabriel and Mike, I thought that it would be really sick with Jordan involved. But I get where the best ones are coming from. Like, when you have an original 3, it's like, it ain't gonna be better than the original 3, because if it wasn't for you, Mike, and Gabby, then there wouldn't be a triple threat.
Yeah, for sure.
But now, let's get into your feud with Mike. Mike
yeah.
Hutch. And I think this rivalry between you guys is definitely not looked at enough. I think that very underrated, especially Glorious's opening had a lot of views as well. So like, I think people were really hyped to see that. Oh, you had Muscle Mike going against Mark the Shark, because you guys were always exchanging words in the triple threat video. So there was like, on screen you guys had that rivalry. And then obviously at Warning, Mike was the referee because of his MMA boxing background. So it's like he was letting you get beat by Gage, so it obviously made sense. Then they turned on you. Then we had the Kendall Stick Challenge where, you know, he was like, you and him were going at it, and he smacked you so hard with the Kendall Stick that you got off the thing.
Yeah, I hated that. That was not that wasn't fun at all. Sucked.
Going into Glorious, the original plan, if Jordan was still around, was going to be Jordan was going to be DITB1 champ. He was still the champ. So then at Glorious, you were supposed to face Mike. If you beat Mike, this was the original plan. If you beat Mike, you were going to go on to the main event to face Jordan.
Hell yeah.
If Mike beat you, it was going to be Joey versus Jordan. That was the original booking, which I never shared that with any of you guys, or even you.
I really wish that, you know, I know Jordan had that stuff going on. I really wish that he could have like stayed around to do more of, you know, this. That would have been really cool, but, you know, life got in the way, so it's unfortunate. Say that I really wish you would have like hit me up on Facebook so many years ago, so I would have done more, but you didn't, man. You should have.
I know, but you know what? There's many more years to come. Even though the channel now is in a whole different direction, there's a lot of big plans that I have in store coming into 2019, especially now with the new name Best One Network. We have a lot of great plans, and I think everything happens for a reason. And you were a very important part into the competitions because you brought speed, you brought endurance, and you brought heart. And that's something that you don't really get from a lot of people, because I always say this to everybody, I always say that the best roster that I've ever had, the cast members that I've worked with, the best group of people were definitely the competition era, where we had you, Mike, Gabby, Jordan, Sherm, we had Neil, Joey, we had just Alex, we had everybody. And around this time, I felt like we were just all close, we were all, you know, together, just having fun, just putting on great shows, and we're all just on the same page. And on DITB1, throughout the years, everybody had always had their own agenda. And I think with DITB1, when you, Mike, and Gabby came along, especially now that me and Jordan, you know, Jordan was helping me out at the time, I think we really made something special.
We did, and you know, I'm really, really glad that, you know, even though I came in like near like the end of it all in a sense, that I'm glad that I had
still important.
Yeah, I'm glad that I still had like fun with like what I did get to do with, you know, with Warning and Doomsday and Glorious. It was really fun, you know, and meeting all these good people too, because now they're my friends. I didn't even know, I knew Gabby, but not anyone else like Jordan or Sherm or anyone else, and now we're good friends.
Who do you think you were the closest to out of the cast members on DITB1?
Honestly, probably Gabby, just because we him and I have been going to school together for like, you know, years, and we know each other for, you know, for so much, like a childhood youth.
But to like, for you guys to like bond, like, because I know on Facebook there's a prom picture of you guys, which I'll pop up right here.
Oh yeah, that was fun. That was a good time.
So like, there's a picture of you guys even before DITB1, and then kind of to see that you guys were like neutral, and then like now you guys are like close. You guys hang out now, drink beers together,
Oh, yeah,
hang
definitely.
out. And even we, you know, me and you from this channel, we've gotten a lot closer too. You know, I felt like our bond, like you started off just coming here making videos, just like Gabby, and then you started to, like, we just started to just talk more, and then we started to hang out and just, you know, enjoy life. We would go out to like some wrestling shows, hang out. We would, you know, go outside the house and do stupid things at Walmart.
Oh yes.
So many
Stupid
moments.
Walmart stuff, showing in the shopping cart and all that shit. It was fun.
But now, okay, so DITB1 had one final show. Okay, one final show to end things. Who would be your dream opponent? Out of anybody on DITB1, out of anybody. If it's your, like, if you had the option and all these people were open, who would you want to face? Your dream opponent.
Honestly, it's a tie. It's a tie between you and Jordan. Either of you two, I'll be really happy to face. Maybe in the future, I'll get my chance. You know.
Never say never, because you never know what you can expect on this channel. That's why you need to hit that subscribe button.
For sure.
But now, reflecting back on your time with DITB1, what would you say to yourself now?
Trying to think what to say. Just like in general?
Yeah, just in general.
Damn, there's been a lot of stuff going on since then. But anything, or just like about the channel itself?
Just anything. Just like what you've learned, like...
I think that... I'm a little lost for words, but... I think that in my own personal life, I guess, and with this too, is that I've always been kind of like, not really shy, but just like nervous, I guess, around like people, I suppose. Like just not really like, I've always had a problem with like not really being myself, like anywhere, like, you know, here or just like, you know, anywhere else. I've always had problems like being my authentic self. So if I could go back, I tell myself just to be yourself. Like if people don't like you for who you really are, then just, you know, well, too bad. You know, just love yourself for who you are. If people can't accept that, then they're not for you. Like just don't even bother with them.
But now, anything you want to say to the best ones out there before we close this episode off?
Thank you, and I appreciate that. And thank you for accepting me for who I am, you know. Like, this is personal. This is personal. I've always been bullied as a kid and always like picked on because of who I really was as a person, you know. And being with guys like you and the rest of the team, you guys accepted me for who I am, and that's really, you know, it means a lot to me. So what I want to say to all you guys is that it doesn't matter if you're in high school or wherever else you are in life, just be yourself, you know.
Be yourself.
Because so many people try to say, oh, you have to act a certain way and do this. Nah, man, just be yourself. Like, because no one can be you except for you. That's your greatest strength. So just be yourself and hold on to that truth. Be true to yourself, no matter what happens, man.
And what's crazy is that I've always said that throughout the years on DITB1. I've always said to, you know, the best ones out there, be yourself. And I even, you know, I started a little campaign as well, the Be Yourself campaign, and we always had an award at the award shows for the Be Yourself award, which would go to the person that represented being themselves and being proud of who they are, embracing it. But now, thank you, Mark, for coming on the show. I appreciate it, bro.
No problem, man.
For real. But if you guys enjoyed this episode of Where Are They Now, make sure to leave a like, smash that like button. Also, comment down below as well some, you know, questions as well, and people that you want to see on this show. If you're not a best one yet, hit that subscribe button, because we have Where Are They Now weekly here on Best One Network. Links down in the description below. Do you want to plug anything down below?
If you want, I'm actually an artist. I draw a lot. So if you want, check out my Instagram page. It's called Sharkman Studios. Sharkman _ Studios. And I have a Facebook page too, called the same name by the same name, Sharkman Studios. Check it out. I write like stories and all that kind of stuff, and it's pretty cool. Check it out. That's my dream, you know.
So now, I'll put that link down below. I'll put your Facebook page and Instagram down below. So make sure to give him a follow. Make sure to, like his page, because he's been grinding on this artwork. And, let's give him some love, guys, especially for opening up here on Where Are They Now. And to all the best ones out there worldwide, Best One Nation, we're taking over, and we'll find out where are they now. Take it easy, guys.